Hey guys, hope you're all having an awesome day. So I was actually going to just pull some cards and post them on the page, and Spirit asked me to do a video. So I think there's maybe like a message or something that somebody needs to hear, but there is so many changes going on right now. So you might be insanely uncomfortable or not really sure like what's up, what's down, what's left, what's right. There is just a lot of changes going on. Some of you are being physically affected, mentally, emotionally affected. Your relationships are maybe changing. There's a lot coming to the surface regarding relationships where there's maybe some issues in your relationships. There's a lot of personal stuff coming up, and a lot of it is for personal growth and awareness into self is what they're saying. So it's like bringing up areas where maybe you don't realize, like you feel insecure, where you feel unworthy, where you feel like you're not enough, where you feel like you're too much, where you feel like you don't do enough, where you say the wrong things, like where there's something where it's like I either say too much, don't do it, like don't say enough, maybe I shouldn't be like this, maybe I shouldn't act like this, maybe like all these maybes, like what I shouldn't do based on what I learned, based on what I was told, based on what other people said to me. So there's definitely a lot of that coming up right now, and that's coming up for you to heal and for your awareness. Sage is already knocking stuff down. Perfect. That is coming up for your awareness. I brought my phone in here because I wanted to play a specific frequency on it as I was doing the reading for whatever reason. So yeah, there's a lot coming up. There's a lot of shifting. There's a lot of changes in like everything right now with relationships within yourself. They're showing me the moon card. So like a lot of fears are coming up and a lot of illusions around your fears, and starting to understand your fears, starting to also get clarity, like little bits and pieces of clarity on like the bigger picture and stuff like that having to do with your fears. So let's see. And I keep seeing that fragmented energy with the puzzle pieces. Oh, definitely coming out. You got these? No. I feel like they want me to pull something else, but we get deception on the bottom, and this is kind of what I just said about like areas in your life where you're listening to other people, where you're seeing things other people are saying and doing and things like that. And it feels more so like this is awareness into yourself, where you have those feelings, that lack feeling, and we got the consciousness of lack, these feelings of I'm too much, I'm not enough, whatever one it is, or both, and like what it entails and what it's surrounding. And it's because you've literally listened to people your whole life and heard what they said and internalized what they said and felt like there was something wrong with you, felt like you were damaged, felt like there's just something that's like wrong with you, like you're too loud, you're too quiet, you say too much, you don't say enough, like you give too much, you don't give enough, like it's it's one or the other usually. And it's like a lot of these real deep ones are coming up, and you're starting to hear what other people are saying. But I'm also getting there's a lot of illusions around some of your relationships where you're starting to see people who have your back, people who do support you, and people who don't. And you're starting to see the bigger picture with something. So it might just be coming in small bits of information. It might not just be, fully there. So we got kindred partnerships, commitment, and a consciousness of lack. What's really interesting, we got playing a safe, vast universe and decrease on the bottom. What's really interesting is before I actually went to go do this reading, I got this vibe and this energy about divine counterparts, and there's a lot of shifting and changes going on, and it feels like things look one way, but it's really not that way, which is interesting. The way, oh my god, my nose just started itching like crazy. Definitely not purging, I'm releasing energy right now, and I have a lot of downloads coming in. I just started getting them like a minute or two ago. There's something with you're not seeing something clearly in relationships, and there is a lot going on with like the divine counterparts right now. And I was getting that, and I was like, do you want me to pull specifically for masculine and feminine, or do you want me to pull for relationships? And they told me no. But the top row, we just got literally the whole reading kind of is about that. So this could be if you are single, you've maybe met this person before and you guys are, kind of on a break, or there's something going on in the relationship. This could also be people who are in relationships. Take it however it resonates. I'm just going to say how it comes through. So if it doesn't resonate with you, don't take it, obviously. So what I'm getting is like a lot of people are wanting some type of commitment or offer in the relationship. So you're either wanting somebody to reach out to you and commit to you and give you that stability that you've been looking for, or say like, yeah, I want to be with you, like, yeah, I love you, yeah, I care about you, something like that. Some type of offer specifically is what I'm getting. For some of you who are already in relationships, it's this sense. For some of you, it feels like a friendship that like you want more with, or the other person wants more with. But some of you who are already in those relationships, it feels like you're wanting like to start a family or have a kid or have another kid, or you're wanting like a proposal, like a commitment or something, or some type of, it just feels like a compromise, like working together as a team for something. But a lot of you, it feels like you're wanting somebody to come in and say like, this is what I want and I want you. And it feels like both people are mirroring and both people are in a consciousness of lack. Like one's coming forward and saying how they feel and wanting this, and the other person's pulling back and not saying anything and whatever. So it's like triggering both people. Like the person saying their feelings is triggering the person who probably is avoidant, who like doesn't like to feel their feelings and has a really difficult time. And the avoidant person is triggering the anxious person, because they're probably not responding, or they're not like giving the anxious person what they need. And so then that's triggering all these feelings within them. So it feels like a lot of mirroring is going on in relationships right now. But Spirit is asking, where is this consciousness of lack? Like, where is this lack coming from? Like, what is going on within you that there's something bigger there? Okay. I was going to say something. They're like, no. Look deeper. Where did this start in your childhood? Where did this start in your relationships? And kind of look at the things I said in the beginning about like being too much, not enough, those type of things, and look at those areas, because there's something internally where you're struggling, where you're not being seen or heard in the way you need to be, where you're not feeling understood in the way you need to be. And so it's like triggering this wound in you, like an inner child wound in some way. It could be from childhood, or it could be from your adult life and your relationships, but it's somehow triggering this. And there's a lack mentality within where it's something is not being understood, seen, or heard within you that's making you feel this sense of energy. So we got playing it safe, the vast universe, and decrease. It feels like a lot of you guys are really guarded with your heart. You're putting walls up. Some of you are actually doing really well in putting boundaries up, but it feels like some of you guys are putting walls up. It's like you're too scared to move forward with this situation. And what I'm getting is some of you are too scared to say how you feel and what you mean, and some of you are too scared to actually leave the situation where your needs aren't getting met and somebody's not respecting your boundaries. So a lot of you guys, it feels kind of stuck, like you're stuck, like, should I move forward? Should I wait? What should I do? Spirit is guiding you. You might be seeing 77s or number, like numerals of 7, which is interesting because I just looked and saw 7. As if this message specifically is for you is what I'm getting, but there's something to do with your life path, and they're trying to help you with releasing. They're trying to help you let go of these emotions and things that you've been holding on to for a long time that have been really heavy. So no, they don't want me to pull anything else from there. Okay, I thought they wanted me to pull another message, but they don't. And let's see, we got the angel answers. They wanted me to pull these 2 decks out specifically, and then the ones they had me make like last year. So we'll see what comes out. All right, what do we have for angel answers? What do you want us to know? Wow, they just literally flew out. Listen to your intuitions on the bottom. So if you guys have been watching me for the last like 2 or 3 weeks, this is all that's been coming out. I feel like they forewarned us that what you're going to see, they're like laughing, like what you're going to see is not always what is actually reality. And that's why they want you to trust your intuition, and like, don't teeter-totter with your intuition. Your intuition and what you initially felt is accurate. So trust that initial intuition. Anything else that comes after that is usually ego chatter. So what was the initial intuition I felt? Did it come in very calm? Did it come in very clear? That's your intuition. Trust it. A lot of you guys aren't right now because of what you're seeing. So we have look for a sign, improving health, and trust. So what I'm getting from Spirit is they are trying to give you signs, or they're saying ask for one. Like if you're really struggling with your intuition, you're really struggling with your internal feelings, ask for a sign. They're there to guide you. They're there to help you. But it feels like some of you guys are getting the same sign over and over and over, but you're somehow like not understanding the sign is what I'm getting. Like, ooh, I just started getting a headache like as soon as I said that. So I'm getting that some of you guys are probably really overthinking the sign when you're seeing it. Excuse me, maybe not really understanding what it is. As for guidance, there is a lot coming up in the dream world, so they can usually pop you before you go to sleep. Like as you're about to fall asleep, they can pop an answer for you, or in the dream world they can, or as you're awakening they can, because usually that's when the ego is a lot less active and it's easier for you to actually receive the message. But then we got improving health and trust. So I know it says improving health. It feels like there's so much energy flowing to fill your cup and your heart center. Like, look at the way this is with the rainbow. Wow. The cup is all about your emotions, right? And your emotions and your fulfillment and stuff. And look at where it's centered. It's centered on the heart. And if you notice, all this energy is coming up, and this love, this rainbow energy is coming up out of it. And that's not normally what it means at all. But this, what I'm getting from Spirit is look for a sign and open yourself up to receiving. Open yourself up to filling your own cup and allowing others to help you with filling your cup, specifically having to do with the heart chakra. Trust that everything is happening in divine alignment and divine timing. You might not understand what they're doing and what we're doing to help you, but we're guiding you and we're helping you. You might not fully see it. You might not fully know that we're there, but we are there. And I just looked up, I saw 1111. Like, they're really strong. Spirit guides have been insanely active lately, insanely strong. Like, anytime I'm talking to anybody, like, their spirit guides are up in my ear about like everything. And the spirit guides are insanely persistent lately. So there's something going on behind the scenes. And I think the problem is people are getting so caught up in the emotions and what they're seeing that they're not dropping into their intuition. And so it's not that it's fucking their spiritual path up, but it's like, it's not really helping them because they're just sitting in the energy and they're not releasing it. They're not processing it. They're not allowing things to flow. And it's like they're blocking it. So I think the spirit guides have just been like, hey, like, come on, like push them to do what they need to. They've been having me really push like people in my personal life pretty strongly lately. I'm like, I feel like the bad guy, and I'm like, ugh, which also triggers me because I hate when people are mad at me and stuff like that. And so when somebody's getting mad at me, it makes like triggers me to feel like that little kid, like, oh, there I am again, fucking up, doing too much or saying too much or, you know, whatever. So it's just like a double fucking trigger. But yeah, it's been interesting lately. Some of you guys might be seeing animals a lot, the same animals over and over and over. They just randomly showed me the deer in this picture. Did I have a dream about a deer last night? I think I did. I saw a deer actually last night on Instagram before I went to bed. And I did. Actually, you know what? I keep seeing bunnies. The other day I was driving back from my friend's house and I was like, oh, I hope I see bunnies. And like literally like 30 seconds, it was dark out. 30 seconds later, I saw two bunnies together and I've never seen them together. And then yesterday I got something, my mail people don't know how to deliver mail to the right address. So I went to go walk. I got somebody else's package. I went to go walk. It was in the middle of the day and I saw literally a bunny, a little cottontail. They were so fucking cute, but I've actually been seeing them a shit ton lately. And I've been seeing a shit ton of tortoises. They're turtles, whatever. Like in person a lot too. So that's really interesting. But some of you guys might be seeing animal signs. Pay attention to what the messages mean and what the animal specifically signifies for you. You're a beacon of love and light. Spread your light and joy to the world. That card stayed. Yeah, but it's, don't like look it up. Like, what is it when you think of an animal? Like, what is it that you think of that animal? And then see how that applies to your situation in your life is kind of what I get. Okay. Final messages. Wow. Okay. There is definitely some stuff with love coming out. The first card that came out was Kindred Partnership. And the first card that came out here is Romance is Coming for You. Focus on yourself for now. So, yeah. And then the Beacon of Love and Light popped back out. So somebody definitely needed that message. Okay. You want me to literally read all this? All right. I guess we're reading all those. I'll do one more. Okay. We got Romance is Coming for You soon. Focus on yourself for now. So that was kind of the message I got in the beginning with relationships changing and stuff like that. Same with the Kindred Partnerships. Focus on you, not what the other person's doing, not what the other person's saying. Focusing on why that mirror is triggering you, why that's making you feel a certain way, and going deeper into what that feeling actually is, and going and healing it, and going and giving it to yourself. And never mind. I was going to tell you guys something that came up last night for me and they keep telling me not to. So obviously there's a reason now. Maybe you need to figure it out on your own. Please forgive yourself and anyone in the past. Move on and move forward. You deserve better. A lot of healing with that card. A lot of old trauma. I get mostly relationships and parents with that. I specifically am getting a lot of masculine energy, like dads and boyfriends and stuff. You are loved even if you don't feel that way. Please love yourself. So I think we're seeing the pattern. You're a beacon of love and light. Spread your light and joy to the world. Express gratitude for all of the good people and things in your life. Your angels and spirit guides are watching over you. You're safe and protected. That message also came out yesterday too about being safe. Today is a great day to go outside and spend 10 to 15 minutes in the sun. Stop staying up so late. Make a point to go to bed a little earlier. You need to get more sleep. I just want to say I'm proud of myself. I actually went to sleep at like midnight last night, which is early as fuck for me. But I woke up a bunch of times because my cat wouldn't stop playing with crystals. Take at least 10 minutes to write down your feelings and explore your thoughts. And this definitely feels like for those people who keep avoiding their feelings, this message is definitely for you. Channel your inner child. Go and do something fun that you enjoyed doing as a child. Yes. Listen to your intuition and don't get outside advice on the situation. You already know what is true in your heart. That message keeps coming out. Reconnect with your loved ones, family, and your friends. They miss you. For people who are avoiding people or who are going through a heavy purge energy, who have a hard time reconnecting with people and asking for support, just go try your hardest to message somebody. Try your hardest to just be around somebody you feel safe and comfortable with that's not going to pressure you or push you. Just try your hardest to be around them. I don't know why my sacral just started like going on fire as soon as I said that. Like not fire in a bad way, just like super active as soon as I just said that. So I don't know if that's like for somebody else or I guess it could be for myself. I have no idea. But yeah, like try your hardest to like open up. Even if you're not being vulnerable with your emotions, try to stop being by yourself so much. Like if you're avoiding people and pushing people away because you're hurting right now, now is the time to reach out and ask for support. Now is the time to even just be next to somebody is going to help you. Because it feels like some of you guys just avoid people and push people away when you're going through shit. And I know that because I used to do the same thing. You know, the way I am now is I try to process it on my own. I like to process it on my own and understand what it is. And then, you know, and then I try to talk to my friends afterward and like, this is what I'm going through, like just to kind of like let it out and just get like the emotional support, not answers from them and not really advice from them. I like to use my intuition and spiritual guidance for that. But I used to have a really hard time asking for help and reaching out. Even on, was it Saturday, I was talking to one of my friends and I just got like really triggered and she asked me like, why go off the phone with her like that? And I was just like, I'm sorry. I'm just like really fucking alone. I'm like, I feel really lonely. I feel like really fucking sad right now. And she's like, do you want me to come over? And I was like, no, like, I just need to process this. And she's like, well, you know, you can ask for help if you need it. I'm like, I do know that. And I appreciate that. But it was because I needed to process it alone. But I reached out to her later and we were talking and stuff like that. So, you know, I don't just avoid people, I actually answer them and stuff. But, you know, when you're going through shit, sometimes you need that space to yourself. Sometimes it's good to have that alone time to process. But the issue that I'm getting for some of you is you sit in it too long. You stay in that aloneness and you don't actually ask for support. You don't actually ask for comfort. And I think like what I get is like you're too scared to actually show your emotions to people and too scared to show people that you need help and need support. And for some reason, it feels like you think it's a weakness to ask. And for some reason, it also feels like that maybe you had parents that really weren't supportive of you and weren't there for you in the way you needed. So for you, it's like, well, if I ask for support, somebody's not going to help me anyway. It feels like a lot of masculine energy, and it doesn't necessarily feel like men. It feels like women and men who have this masculine energy where, and I know it's a feminine energy, but it feels very masculine as I'm talking about it, where it's like this very wounded, guarded masculine energy where it's like, you know, I've reached out to like, I've talked to like my girlfriends or my partner or whoever. And it's like, anytime I needed their emotional support, they pushed me away like my mom did or my dad did or people like that. And so it's like, you learned that like your feelings and your words and your emotions weren't cared about and weren't met and weren't, you know, all of these things. And Spirit's saying that's the past. Like, that is the past. You are a different person. You have different people in your life, and you have people in your life sitting there and waiting for you to just open up. They know you need the support and they're there for you. So if that message is for you, I hope that you do reach out to somebody and just say, look, I'm going through some shit. Even if you're just here, we don't talk and I just have your comfort or get a hug from you, like that's enough right now. So whatever it is that you need, just try your hardest to ask for it. I know it's really hard. It was really hard for me to even tell my best friend that I was feeling like lonely and alone that day. Oh God, I was like, don't push her away. Breathe through it. It was hard as fuck. People don't realize sometimes that it's hard as fuck with that stuff. But like, I know how I am. And so I make sure that I will go do it even when I'm uncomfortable, and I will push myself to do it because I know it's what's best for me. So if you're struggling with that, you are definitely not alone. There's tons of us who are like that, okay? So I'm wishing you guys so much love and light, and I really do hope that if you are going through something, you ask for support and reach out. So have an awesome day, guys.